Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope you're doing good. I apologize for the delay. After I said 10 minutes late and then I'm more than altogether. Anyway, too many minutes late. But I do not do time, as you know, and time is really an issue, isn't it? So I'm really sorry. I really do not mean to disrespect anyone's time. Really, this is not my thing. And I hope most of you can hopefully endear me somehow for this. And I'm glad we have entered fully no time. So let's embrace this together. Hi, Elo, Bronte, Corinth, Pamela, Bea. The Grand Architect. I like that name. We are the Grand Architects. Thank you. We are, because this is all about, you know me banging on and on and on about this, us really truly realizing our co-creator self, unicorn and dragon are with us. And that's really what ignites New Earth, not us waiting for it to happen, but it's a little bit of each. It's all of these things, you know, all of the things we feel, all of this is this. Everything is this. It doesn't matter what we do in our day-to-day lives. It's all about our embodiment. What are we being? Are we being the change that makes the shift happen? Because the shift is full on going ahead, already in motion, already happening. The awakening is happening 22:44. So it is. So let's continue the party. Let's continue to be, we are now the masters of the waves, okay? We're going to have fun with this now because that's the inner child, fully reborn. I hope you can all feel these rebirthing energies, or most of us. And please, if you're not there yet, we are all holding this together. There is no time. Each holds a frequency and transcends it within the still point of the 0 point field. There is no right or wrong. One day we feel good, one moment to the next. Then we go, you know, contract again and clear all that. That's not that new frequency. You need to understand, once we expand, and we've had a lot of, especially those like part of the last activation and live that we did. Thank you so much for everyone that took part, that keeps help making the magic happen, believes in themselves, believes in us making it happen. Us pushing the button and, oh dear, did we do that? So I can feel my 13 Stargate of the Sacred Crystal Heart fully awakened, fully open. And yeah, and then first of all, it was bliss. And then around, I don't know, not a recounting time, I don't know, half a day later, roughly, we were going through a lot of contraction, but also as we're clearing out all of these shadow aspects, beings, negative entities, negative thought forms, belief systems, it's all interlinked. It comes up and out. So we are fully unified, the masculine and feminine in divine union within. The forerunners have, and again, this has been anchored, activated fully in the field now, okay? Wherever we're at, this is online. You are getting there right now. We're all quantum merging as one. No more division. It's a non-event. It's just awakening to our true essence, remembering true divine blueprints. So it's ongoing, but obviously also there is this ultimate point in quantum no time that we are waiting for eons of time, that is going to bring all the invisible fully online, makes it fully visible. And again, if we had made it fully visible before, people would have gone out of their minds, because those of us who are clearing up all this mess know very well. And again, we're all doing this on some level, okay? It's just different levels of how much we're doing of that and the awareness we're having. But I know even as a child, you know, I would have nightmares, or I know that, you know, we have been targeted even before we were born because of who we were for many, many lifetimes. But it's also just stories that we have been telling ourselves, that we have been writing, co-creating as one. And this is where now all the illusions of separation fully dissolve in this unity field. fully online now, fully activated. New Earth is here right now. I hope you can feel it. So we're fully activating this. We're fully making it visible now. Okay? All as one, because we're all one. No matter where anyone is, the soul has already decided which way we are going home. We're all going home back to source. No one is left behind. There is no phantom matrix AI bullshit going to run as long as I am here. And I am the one. We are all one. There's only one of us here, which I like to remind us of all the time, because that's really what it comes back down to. And that's what we are fully remembering now. And that's the unity field, where we're all pulling together and where we understand we're all quantum entangled, and anything anyone of the one does or doesn't do, says, thinks, feels, believes, acts upon, or doesn't, does affect each one of us. So the problem is, as we are lost in separation, we feel like, separated from one another in our true self, which is causing the separation and the disconnect, which is causing the pain and the suffering. And as we're fully transcending that, we see it's all really ultimately an illusion. And we are here to reconnect to our true self, which is reconnecting us and unifying us with the one true source, the one that lives within us all, and one another. And then we are truly knowing ourselves. It's not just no longer a concept of oneness, it's the actual feeling of it. But how do we get there? We only get there in order to, as we transcend everything that's not that, which we have been very busy doing. So we have to go through the pain. We have to go through the feelings of separation and utter heartbreak. And many of us know we've been dying so many deaths in literal and many other metaphorical forms throughout the eons, in order to learn our lessons, in order to get here now to fully quantum merge, collapse the quantum wave function of the artificial matrix, which really is just a mind construct. The universe doesn't physically exist beyond in our mind, the one mind. Fully remembering itself now as God Source Consciousness, which we're here to embody, hold, anchor, activate, and then radiate out on behalf of all. So with the new activations, we've got now our new crowns. The hierogamic, like it's a crown twinning, a twin, crown twinning and heart twinning. That happens within our own fields, and then also within, if you're with a divine counterpart or have a twin in whichever way or form that may present. And then also connects us generally within the unity field cosmically as one heart, mind, body, soul, logos, monad, the cosmic monad. Fully unified now, fully reuniting. The cosmic reunion is on. Can you feel it? So who's here? Mike, hi. I stopped with the Grand Architect and then went off on a rant. Because we are the Grand Architects, we're remembering, we are the guardians. We are not here to follow anyone. We're here to be the leaders of ourselves, God sovereign free, and then showing everyone what is possible when we believe in ourselves, one another, in a unity, in ascension. And we are the new, we are bringing the superpowers online. We do not need artificial intelligence or anything outside of us ultimately to ignite heaven on earth, to bring the abundance about, to bring perfect out, to bring whole, to bring what we have been busy manifesting and working towards for so long. It's not some government or ET race handing this to us. We are that. And this is so important to really fully realize and us to activate that cosmic remembering right now, which is happening through us ultimately. So we're not in control here. So we might as well relax into it and have fun now, whilst we also take it seriously, because it's both ends. That's the whole paradox that we are integrating. Because as your multidimensional self, you need to integrate all these aspects. And it's not just love and light, and it's not just the darkness. It's all of these things. Because the new earth and the new divine organic creatrix field, as I see it, it's all about balance, which is really what the hierogamic, the new divine union and hierogamic blueprints, relationship blueprints and templates are all about. So all are embraced for their own unique self, but within the unity field of the one, where you know yourself as sovereign, but also as one within the all, where everything we do or don't do affects all. so lost in separation. We think like, either everyone is serving us and it's like, we blame everything on the outside, or we internalize everything and we think everything is our fault. And none of those things are true. Or both are, because it's both end. The same as we are everything and nothing. So we are like, remembering our true own heritage, who we truly are, as well as we are God source consciousness embodied, no more, no less. So it's like you fully transcend your human ego self, alchemize it, integrate it, because it's not like you're killing the ego. It's just like, it's actually your tool to get to know your true self, transcending all of the nonsense that's keeping us separate and in judgment and opinionated. And to then, come back to, again, we're integrating this fine balance between being the sovereign self and one with all, which is a feeling, because yes, we have been mentalizing or, intellectually trying to understand that. But obviously many of us on this journey, we do get those moments where you feel within that total oneness, within that unity field. And we feel this more and more. So more and more bliss, more and more equilibrium, more and more balance is coming online. But we are going through these really intense roller coaster, ascension, waves, motions, energies, as obviously there's a lot of solar energy happening. We have consistent M-class flares since the 7th, really. So the party is on, and it's really helping us to clear out all the crap, which I've mentioned in my posts. So do check them out also on the YouTube community page, my Facebook page, Ko-fi page, which is serving as a kind of website platform for me in the meantime, because again, I don't really need a website right now, because first of all, it's all dissolving, and second of all, I haven't really been selling anything. But there is a really good activation there, the Emerald and Divine Union activation. It's priced at $777 as kind of a minimum. You can put in a different price as well if you would like to support me in the channel, because again, everything I do is for free. And I do kind of have been supported by your generosity and support back, because really, again, this is the unity field, because we have been planting these new blueprints. And again, not everybody could do this. Again, everybody just needs to follow their own guidance. But what I have been doing, I have been sharing with you, was one of the things is that I, over the last year and a half or whatever, was guided to share this with everyone, because I had to kind of pull everything back, focus on the one mind, the one consciousness, without focusing on individuals, because just of everything that was going on for many different reasons, and then share as much as I could with everyone, and also bring these cosmic ascension activations online, because I do carry that blueprint, the cosmic ascension blueprint. So all the star races, all the different, kind of race and tribes, that we may be connected to, you will be able to pick up on the divine blueprint, the highest divine blueprint, through me bringing in these frequencies. So when we do these activations, it's basically, obviously, all of us together as one, because when I speak of I speak of all of us. So we all carry these cosmic ascension blueprints, but some of us have more, phonetic DNA, or Arcturian, Syrian, Andromedan. I always knew I had all of these different DNA blueprints, but again, we all have, because of all the interbreeding, all of the different incarnational selves. So, in the end, we also have or had, and it's all been transmuted. Because again, this is all compartmentalization. Reptilian DNA, draconian DNA. It's not as if we're separate from the fallen angelics and races. We are the fallen angelic, and we are the angelic human. We are all of these things. We are the dragons, we are the unicorns, we are the mer people. We are the Mother, Father, God. We are all of these things. So as we merge with God source consciousness, which is you embodying, the new unity field, where everything is one, there is no more compartmentalization. is you fully transcending anything, any of that separation still held within you, where you feel separate or more or less than any other, any judgment, any opinions. That's what it boils down to, the competition, the jealousy, where you feel separate from another, which is a total illusion, which is then what all the other stuff was built upon, ultimately, in its highest, simplest form, looked at, and all the distortion happening, because ultimately this goes back to a family feud, a family divide. We can see this within the timelines, the Essenes timelines, even in the Lemurian, masculine, feminine split, because we're healing fully the split within the genders, the tribes, the race, the star races. It's all one, it's all interconnected. So then also within ourselves, our own fragmented self of all these aspects, and everyone else is helping us by triggering us, clearing all of these aspects, and then keeping what resonates and leave the rest. And we're all here to raise the frequency of the consciousness of the cosmos through our own ascent. And again, it's happening from inside of us and is then projected out. So heaven on earth, as most of us know by now and remember, is a frequency we hold within and then radiate out. Because the film strip to our realities is held within our DNA and then gets projected out. Now for our very much upgraded cranium, crystal palace, pineal and pituitary gland, ready to project out all new realities out there. It's a hologram. No matter whether it's artificial, organic, it's a hologram. It's based on our thoughts and belief systems. So let's not get divided over how we want to name this, compartmentalize, that it's all organic, it's all everything, anything. It's the same as, one moment we are happy and anchoring love and bliss and joy. In the next moment, we are clearing the field with our dragon breath and have had enough, and we are busting through some bullshit that's happening in our realities. All of this is us. Everything is welcomed. And every moment is going to call forth a different multidimensional aspect of you once you're fully unified as one with your God self and all of these other pieces, which is everything. So it's not happening outside of us. The ETs coming down for the cosmic party, us dancing around the campfire, is being ignited from within, as you imagined this, ultimately. Because who's the one dreaming here anyway? And as enough of us dream this and then have no more doubt, fear, worries in their field, which is fully dissolved now, because within the one mind, and it's just radiating out. It's so good here. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? So how are we feeling? Hi Preeti, hi Warren, Steph, Love, Gavin, Marcella. Trying to catch up here with some comments. Sorry if I don't call you all out. Okay, again, I look at the comments. Sometimes something pops out at me, but most of the time I can't keep track of it all. It's just like that. And yeah, we had many upgrades to the eyes. It's like when I kind of like look at something, I need to take it all the way kind of away from my eyes and blurry and kind of a little bit burny. And we are to, the new realities have a lot more color spectrum in it. And the color race, because this is, so how creation creates itself is that, first of all, your source, mother's womb, matter, antimatter, and then sound and light fields, vapors, and then sacred geometries and further in density, crystalline, liquid light. And then as we've arrived here, and we're really unifying all of these layers. So you can dematerialize and materialize yourself. You can levitate, again, also the density, the artificial magnetic field has kept us in the density of us not being able to do a lot of our tricks and magic and fully igniting our superpowers. Again, it's all very much interconnected with many things that we've been talking about. So all the artificial overlays, all the artificial architecture, materials, within and without, because you're holding the whole blueprint architecture systems that you're seeing out there within your field. And so if anyone was triggered by me being happy about, after our last activation and live that, you know, there was a huge energy wave basically coming in that we could kind of physically prove or see reflected in the Schumann resonance. And then obviously we saw the earthquake strikes. And my thoughts always, every day, go out with any soul transiting, suffering, because death in itself is not really suffering. It's you returning to the unity field and being reborn. And everybody now is transiting out, no more reincarnation. Okay, so every soul is being healed, retrieved, recovered. That's the Emerald Covenant. That's the, you know, that's what we're here for. For every soul is going back home one way or another. And the whole thing about, you know, death, it's not that we are taking it lightly, but we know that there is a transiting happening now. So whichever way this is going to play out, what we're here to do is to make this as easy and gracefully as possible. And that happens by no longer falling for the MK Ultra programming of them showing you kind of pictures of babies and so forth. First of all, you don't know what's real and what's not real unless it's happening right in front of you. You send love and protection to everyone. There are hundreds of people dying every day and more people suffering. And that's what we're here to end, by ending the matrix. And that's by us no longer falling for the MK Ultra programming. That's keep triggering and keep recreating, you know, these realities, because that's what they're doing. And because it's one thing, you know, to have compassion, another one is feeling sorry or trying to fix something. Again, we're fixing it, all of this, by transcending the suffering from within us, fully unifying, healing our inner child, and that sets everyone free. It's already done. And it's just rolling out now. So the more we can collapse all of these false realities, and I'm not saying that it's not happening or that people are not suffering or that we don't have compassion, but we don't need to suffer along with it and feed negative energies. You know what I mean? And I think most of us who feel that trauma and pain now understand what I'm talking about, because then you have compassion, but you don't suffer along, because, you know, it's like watching a movie also right now. You need to understand, it's not that in a movie you're happy about, you know, I don't know, a mass catastrophe like an earthquake and 5,000 people dying or something like that. You know what I mean? But you know it's a movie and it's not real. That's where we need to get to right now. And that's what I've been trying to prepare us for, in order to collapse this bullshit. Because it's a projection. So if we keep feeding the unreal, what it may be real on this level, of course, that we are experiencing it, but the unreal, the only real there really is we're infinite consciousness, and we cannot die, and we have never been born. When we are fully merging and realizing, activating our eternal self, as the cosmic monad does this, already happening now, goes out to all, and we awaken on new earth, and the nightmare is over. I call this like a virtual torture chamber, because ultimately it's not real. But yeah, if you're still connected to that, like, you know, you're suffering. But, you know, also understand the superpowers we have. It's like, you know, people can fully cut off, for example, physical, mental, emotional suffering through the power of the mind and control. You've been fully unified with all of your mental, emotional, spiritual, you know, bodies. You know what I mean, though? So we need to get to that point right now, because we are the blueprint holders for New Earth. We have it inside of our DNA. So if we keep feeding it with consciousness that keeps recreating fallen realities, we're not doing our job, quite frankly. So at this point, I would really say fully withdraw your attention to that. And if you see it, just see it as a movie, and you know it's not real. You know, when we were kids and we were watching horror movies, and we knew it was not real, or when anyone is dying. Okay, ultimately, because that's how we're here, helping us to get there as quickly as possible. And again, if something is happening right in front of us, we can actually do something about it. But right now, just dissolving the unreal through understanding what we're looking at, it's like kind of an old movie that's dissolving now, along with the false matrix, is what helps to fully collapse this within the 0-point field of the quantum sending wave function that's holding that reality online. And it's being lit up by the dragons that we are. Our dragon aspects are out there burning it all up with the rainbow dragon breath. that we have. So again, for me, we're having all of these aspects. And yes, some people might be here to be more, angelic, have more angelic qualities, and more like just, more loving, having more of these energies, and I find it easy to be in love and enjoy in a high vibration. As you know, I'm not like that. I might come across in my videos a lot like being in a higher frequency and energy, which I need not to do this. If I had done a video over the last 2 days, which I was not guided to do for good reason, it would have been a bit intense. There was a lot of tension and anger around. But that happens also as all of these negative shadow beings are being cleared, which we are doing. And that energy is basically consciousness, it's energy held in your own body field. So you're releasing that anger, that anti-life energy force through your own field. So you need to have a lot of neutrality, a lot of knowing what you're doing here, especially the blue rays, receiving a huge upgrade right now, because that's kind of the first emanation from the emerald ray that physicalizes, and they are very much the transmuters. So, and there's been a correction also to the sapphire ray, and that's also connected to the new crowns that are coming online, kind of a sapphire crown, and we can very much feel that. And again, we all have these different aspects, and I have just a very strong, I am the cosmic mother of dragons, and I'm here to sort this shit out along with you as one. And again, we are all this. We are all of this. There is no separation between you and me. Okay? And that's what we're remembering. So we're playing with these aspects, but are also, as a multidimensional being, we are integrating all of this. So, we cannot just be love and light. We need to really, and I think many of us felt this over the last few days, especially transmitters. Like, sometimes it takes a sledgehammer to make someone hear you. Okay? Even if you tried it a few times before. But because I could really clearly see the cosmic mother was pissed. And we go in and out. When we're in love, when we're in high frequency, we anchor this. If we're angry, we push through some bullshit. We alchemize. Anything and everything is gold, ultimately. Because we no longer differentiate between good and bad. That's the tri-wave. That's you embodying the tri-wave. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All unified as one. Loads of shades of grey. And all the multicolors in between, which are fully coming online now. Yeah, alchemists, we're the alchemists. It's all about turning all the heartbreak back into love. All the shit back into a higher consciousness. That's what we're here for. But we need to sit with it, because if you don't want to sit with it and you project it out all the time, you can't get to the gold, you can't get to a higher wisdom. And the more we anchor, share, activated higher wisdom, the more comes forth. And the tri-wave is that you balance the polarities, right, wrong, good, bad, all of the compartmentalization, all of the multidimensional selves within the neutrality field, the divine love that ultimately sees everything as everything is serving. But obviously we have preferences. So once we no longer resist the bad, the suffering, the negative feelings, because suppression really is the biggest problem here, 1111. Really. Because people like us, we're doing a lot of transmutation. Let's say, for example, you live with someone and they are not dealing with that stuff and they're suppressing. If you're a big transmuter, especially, or like that's how the unity field in general balances itself out. I can feel all the people suppressing for so many years, always, since forever. I'm here a transmuter, but it's like it's so much we had to transmute. It's like people need to now pick up their piece and carry it, so to say. That's the line in the sand, where we're no longer taking all of the stuff on, whilst we're also doing it as one. But you get me, it's both ends. But we're also now giving back the piece and saying, hey, no, this is not mine. Stop projecting onto me, stop gaslighting, stop inverting. It's the same as like, because again, we, if whatever is being suppressed in our field, we are here to purge. Okay, that's what I do a lot with my videos. I purge or clear whatever's being, in the field and the people listening, quantumly, even to the replay. And we all do this to certain degrees, most of us listening. So especially the Blu-ray. because we're transmuters of these lower negative energies into a higher frequency. It's like a transmutation of frequency bandwidths. We're responsible for raising the frequency of the planet, of the consciousness, of the cosmic monad. Yeah. So alchemize, transmute, and that's where we can take anything that's been thrown at us and turn it into deeper wisdom, more love, higher consciousness. And that's what we came here for. That's being a true alchemist. And that's when you're like literally bulletproof, because it doesn't matter what anyone throws at you, you know what's right. And it doesn't conform to the old programming, which tells us that, you know, when somebody talks, for example, about having compassion or accepting them for who they are, or I don't know, kind of just going along with it. It doesn't mean that we have unconditional like acceptance of people's bad behavior that's affecting us. And again, it's because they're separate, because they can't understand that their behavior is affecting us ultimately, or they don't really want to look there. And it's easy to project that crap onto us. But that's the whole thing. The divine feminine is no longer taking it. She's fully risen in her power. She knows her worth. She knows she can see through the bullshit. The bullshit barometer is fully on once you're fully in your true authentic self. And again, we're talking about energies here. But it's the masculine projected onto the feminine, you know, like the mind onto the heart, that the divine inner guidance is not right. And oh, no. And then it twists everything around, and it's the gaslighting. It's like, you know, using our love and compassion against us. It's like, yeah, you can have compassion, but real truth and love means you're speaking the truth, and you do not allow and enable bad behavior. Because again, it's people like being basically pissed off because you're putting down boundaries and you're speaking the truth. And right now we need to speak the truth. And it doesn't mean just like, because, you know, compassion and accepting people for who they are doesn't mean that you let them just walk all over you. Because that's been the problem here. That's been the problem of the feminine. She hasn't been fully standing in her power, and she's been doubting her own inside because, you know, the masculine has been kind of gaslighting her, doubting her wisdom and intuition of what is really true here and what the heck is going on, which is a whole huge inversion of the consciousness. So we are now basically, when you're fully in alignment with your true authentic self, you can read every situation, every person for who they are. If they're lying, manipulating, pretending, all of that stuff. So we're no longer, you know, green behind the ears. Gaslighting is a big issue, has been. I know I've done a PhD in that one. So, and taking the blame for everything, because it's been so inverted, you know, by the kind of narcissistic, psychopathic part of the one mind that is playing out in many different ways. And in the end, yeah, it's this whole thing of victim-victimizer consciousness. And in the end, you don't anymore know who's the victim and who's the victimizer, but you need to fully transcend these games now, where you just don't play it anymore. And you speaking up doesn't make you the victimizer. So don't fall for these inverted games anymore. Yeah, for you speaking up and like, you should have compassion, where it's like, yes, I do, but it doesn't mean I accept intolerable actions or behaviors or non-actions that are affecting others negatively. Yeah, so the whole narcissistic codependent, the whole victim-victimizer, the whole distorted polarity, the whole service to self, service to others, it's all the same. Fully dissolved in the field now, because we haven't played these games anymore. The divine feminine has fully risen in her divinity, which makes the divine masculine, he has to fully rise, because they're one. It's one and the same. But the feminine is there first, birthing the masculine as the Christos Sophia, the golden divine child, as one, because again, it's quantum. It's like the chicken and the egg. Once you create one, you create the other. And it's really the Holy Trinity, the divine union with God's source, the divine masculine, feminine within us are with God's source, which is rebirthing ourselves as the new divine Christ child, as the new Christ Sapphira, or the Christos Sophia, or the Albion light body, because it's basically reflected in our own blueprint and templates and within the planet. And the feminine carries the Cathar, and the masculine, the Templar. Together they make up the Albion, the androgynous light body of the planet and within themselves. And the diamond, sun body, fully coming online, our multidimensional DNA, our memories, it's all coming online. It's done, it's done, it's done. For so it is. Kuska Eishkana Kekena Keda Sukukunati. And thank you so much for everybody who supports my channel and me and has enabled me to do and support everyone throughout all of this time. We have made it home. I hope you can feel it. Any moment now, it's all going to ignite around us. We're going to be dancing around the campfire. Who else can feel this? Because it's all about party is on. It's all ignited from the inside out. So you have to first feel it, and then it's coming out. But again, you don't need to make yourself, force yourself to feel anything, but do connect with your source self, your higher self, your own inner dream world, your own inner imagination, which is God dreaming through you when you connect to your heart and your soul. And it's really the Holy Spirit has been ignited from within us and it's taking over, So, yeah, and I know it's very intense as well. I'm getting like some pains in the head. So we can have any kind of stuff coming up, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. It's all unifying. It's all like kind of the super purge, as I called it. And again, we're all at different points. So don't matter whether you're feeling in any now moment, good, bad, right, wrong. There is no right, wrong. So it's like just don't hold on to the good or the bad, because where we're going is it's about balance. It's about not never feeling a negative feeling ever again. No, but it will be very much like the opposite of what we've been through, if you get me. So it will be a lot of bliss, a lot of joy, a lot of all of that. But we still have, when something is off, we will have to have negative emotions to, like as a warning system, something is off here. Something is not aligned. So that when we are not suppressed anymore, not brush it under the carpet, not run away from it, not fight it, not resist it, not, hold on to anything. We can just deal with it as it arises, because what's the real problem here? Not really being able to talk about it. A disconnect between peoples, between hearts, between the heart and the mind, between the masculine and the feminine. And there's been a lot going on between the masculine and feminine and the twin flames, where the feminine has just really fully had to realize, fully like stand in her power within her boundaries, because he has to fully rise in his true divinity, which he is. I can see him fully rising. Before I came on, I could feel it's just so much power coming online from the true divine masculine within us all. And again, he is her, because he has felt separate from her, which is what has caused a lot of the distortions. So he's felt jealous of her connection to source, but he has it too, which he had to recover, which we have now enabled through the new divine blueprints, where you're basically running a 1313 magnetic and electrical current through your field, through also the new divine Ankh body activations, which are enabling us full 360-degree access to the unity field. That's your full multidimensional access. It's happening within the planet as well. So I hope you're all with me. We're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of the suffering, the heartbreak, the loneliness, the fear matrix, the lies, the masks, the manipulation and the greed, all inversions within the consciousness. And what we've really suffered from is hypocrisy, because we've been doing all these things to some degree or another, at some point or another. And if not now, we will in the future, if we don't drop our judgment, so to say. That's come. So ultimately, it's judgment that we're fully transcending here. Yeah. So, twin flames. I've spoke about this before. Ultimately, this is all about the divine union of the masculine and feminine. And yet, first or simultaneously, it happens within us. Again, it's quantum. And then gets projected out in whichever way, form, shape. Everybody will have a different experience of this. But ultimately, it's about, igniting this from within, and then it will be projected out. So it's not something we're waiting for from the outside to happen, but it's always our inner work, our inner divine union with source, ultimately, where we don't need another anymore, but we do all need one another in order to make this ascension. The same as the masculine and feminine need one another to complete the mission of cosmic ascension. It's just one and the same. So it's like kind of the masculine and feminine have been going through where the feminine had to cut out any kind of, toxic masculine behavior, or just not, energetically within their field, just fully like, okay, you need the masculine to approach you in his full divinity, 1122. But you're doing this by no longer accepting anything less, because we have been accepting less. It's been all been inverted, like the feminine is chasing, or it's like this whole inversion of the forces, how they should be working, or the energies, because the feminine is supposed to be the magnetic. So you're not supposed to chase, so to say. And it's not even chasing, you know what I mean? But it's more like, because the masculine runs away. So it's like, but why? And you get it, but it's also like, but why? Because that's the problem. Masculine has been not present. He's not been facing, the stuff. Or he's been going back into the monkey mind, keep being, kind of, because it's so much about communication, about the masculine fully speaking, with an open throat center as well. And again, it's all of us. But again, you need to have all of your truth fully online. You need to, first of all, clear your field and come to that sovereignty piece in order to then even know what your truth is, because before it's all jumbled, isn't it? And we just get into this truth now all together as one, where we fully know when it's like no more wondering, who is right or wrong here, in a sense, because there needs to be, again, this acknowledgement, first of all, of what went wrong here before we can get to the laughing about it. It's serious, but it's also just imagined a game or a movie we're playing out. It's both end, but obviously lives depend on it. And we're all ultimately stuck here together until we resolve this all as one mind, which is ultimately happening within us. So we all quantum entangled. So we all need to come on board, which is what has driven the feminine insane. Ultimately, that's what I've been feeling. 1, 2, 3, serious liftoff now, out of the insanity here, where it's like, keep, appealing to the masculine to see the truth, and it's like, it doesn't want to. The heart keeps appealing to the mind, and the mind keeps going off with the programming and all the fears and the doubts and the worries. And it's like, but listen to me. So, and then, what I mean? It's like, so I could totally see how the feminine, in a way, like how, the distorted feminine who is kind of nagging, or who's like going on and on about it, the stuff that the masculine doesn't want, the kind of like telling him what to do, or, you know what I mean? All these kind of traits. But how does she get to that point? Because nobody's listening to her, because they don't listen to the wisdom, the mind doesn't listen to the wisdom of the heart, doesn't follow it. Yeah. So, and the feminine has been done. So she's okay with doing it on her own. She doesn't need the masculine as such, but they do need each other, because we do need one another to make this ascension. So it's both ends. Yeah, sometimes I have funny tech glitches on my video as well when some words get cut off. But let's clear this off. Like, actually, that's another thing. We project into our realities what we experience. I've never really had problems with, besides general, a little bit of shadow banning, which we all had problems with. All these stupid, platforms and so forth. But ultimately, whenever I had any problem with like kind of my account being closed, I very quickly could always transcend it and nothing ever really happening, because anytime that would really happen, I would be like, oh, okay, now I have a holiday. Okay, that's fine. Like they could delete any moment and that's really what's going to happen, where everything we've ever done is being deleted in a way, along with the whole artificial matrix, because I know it's like supposed to happen then. There can't be any attachment for us to anything physical right now. Whether it's people, things, all of our content, okay, anything at all, specific outcomes, just know that big, amazing miracles and blessings are here right now, and they're activating through us. But other than that, you need to just transcend the illusion of that this material world is even real. It's a projection, it's a hologram. That's the only way we get to shift and change the dream scene. So, yeah, and the artificial matrix is going down, so you can't have kind of like, whatever is going to happen will need to happen. That's what we've co-written, okay? And every soul has chosen which way they transit and how. Everybody is safe, so to say, and nobody's been left behind. That's what you need to keep remembering. And you need to give everyone the gift of sovereignty. It's like the road to hell has been, paved by many good intentions sometimes. We can't meddle with people's karma or what they've chosen on a soul level. and some are not taking this body with them, but there's nothing lost. Again, this is a tiny fractal of what we are, and we are being reborn one way or another, whether in this body or another. Okay, and again, all souls are going back home one way or another. Everybody's being healed one way or another, because we're all one. Everything else is illusion, and it's been us looking from a compartmentalized 3D perspective on it. So, and we are the 144,000 divine archetypes of the Godhead. That's what the 144,000 is really about, and they have fully reset the blueprint. It's fully online now. I hope you can feel the rebirth. And again, if you're not there just yet, it's going out. Okay, and we're moving from the soul, again, hierarchical kind of consciousness to the synarchy or the heterarchy of the circular unity field of the new cosmic consciousness, which is everybody operating at a God cosmic consciousness level, because we're all one and we're remembering as one, and everything else is an illusion. And I have to say, I'm telling you, around 90% of all the ascension materials, which is really just another form of religion, is full of reversals, and a lot is being done by AI. Try to teach yourself, if you are still reading a lot, and I would really at the moment more tune into your own inner wisdom and knowing, but of course we all go online and kind of get bored and here and that anyway, but to really tune into kind of what feels organic, what is maybe artificial. It's like these new one of the headlines was, I don't know, Reddit or some online news program website, where they're basically replacing most of their staff now with AI robots writing the articles. It's kind of what's happening everywhere. What you're looking at, a lot of that is artificial, and also in the spiritual community. So train yourself, just see it as, instead of you going into fear or anything, just see it as like a fun experiment. Again, you're the avatar in a video game. You cannot take this seriously on the level of too real. You cannot take this literal. You need to really train yourself right now to do that, no matter what's going to happen, okay? Because you realizing this is not really real, and we are about to shift, we are projecting the new Divine Organic Creatrix Field and the new Earth realities out. I mean, that's how we do it, by collapsing the standing wave function, the quantum standing wave function of the artificial realities, which is ultimately a sine wave, which is basically thought forms and belief systems. So you no longer projecting onto it real and feeding it the drama, because they want you to suffer and to cry or to feel bad. You know what I mean? By you being neutral, once you have healed all your trauma and drama, because you really need to cut through all this earth drama, galactic and cosmic dramas. We need to take the drama out of all of it. That's where divine neutrality comes in, but you only get there by purging the drama. So you only get there by purging the anger. So if you're in your dragon self and you have anger and frustration coming out, let it come up and out. That's what needs to be purged and transmuted in that moment, and you can use it for positive purposes. If you know how to alchemize it, everything turns into gold. When you're in a high vibe mode, you anchor that crap shit. Beautiful magic. Sorry, that's not appropriate. Those words. But again, words, schmerz, words. I'm not so fond of words sometimes. But fearless, limitless, boundless, we are eternal. You need to remember your true self. That's how you activate your already ascended diamond avatar self. Okay, who's already online, it's there. So, are you stuck in the old mindsets and belief systems, or have you freed yourself of the, false matrix? Which is, again, it's a hologram. The physical universe is not real. It's all created by the mind and then projected out. We don't even all see the same things, which is proven by scientific experiments. So dig yourself into some quantum physics out there, if you're still taking this all for so real. So basically tune into your own wisdom. That's your real, true wealth, not the kind of, learned knowledge that we have ingested or the histories that have been taught us, because we're here to really ignite our own unique divine remembering, the part of the puzzle piece of the whole cosmic monad that we're all part of in order to bring it all online. Everyone counts, literally. And that's done by us stepping into our own true, divine, unique self, unique fractal of self that we all are. And nobody can tell you what that is. I'm just here to remind you by me speaking from that frequency of truth, which is love, and that helps it activate in you, because that's how it works. That's how we all exchanging codes, and even you guys exchanging codes with me, even if you're not directly speaking to one another. But obviously, again, it's a whole other level if we come physically together. And ultimately, yes, we have to come to a certain, to this divine union within to then come to full divine union with one another, because I've been shown as well. It wasn't really possible to really come to divine union with one another, as we had still all these reversals and so running in our fields, because that's just what keeps creating the discord. It's just part of it. But it doesn't matter whether you're with people physically or not. It's happening in the field. That's in the unity field. Like, everything is known. There are no more masks to be worn. There are no more lies, pretenses, no more manipulation. Everything is known for what it is. Once you're in line with your true unique self, you can read everything and everyone for what it truly is. Free, free, free. That's how you know truth. When you know your true self, and you need to look at your true self, the shadow and the light, to know that. Everything, all shades. That's when you know truth, and when you can see truth for what it really is. And that's where we're at now. So the world is an illusion created by the mind, the one mind, but we're all part of that, and we all have access to that. And that's what's fully quantum shifting, leaping right now. And that's what projects out the new Divine Organic Creatrix Field. And the Divine Feminine had to fully step to her power, in her, in her worth, no longer taking anything less than, cutting through all the bullshit. And that's how we all rise together. Because she playing small, she not believing in herself, she falling for the gaslighting, is everybody's fallen. Because she holds the blueprint. She holds the literally the mitochondria for, creation, the organic divine blueprints and templates within the perfect proton seed. So also with the indigo star seeds, the magic grail queens and kings, she is what births the lines, it runs through her, through the mitochondrial DNA. But again, the masculine is not separate from her, they are one. So I also believe going forward, we will very much be, let's say, for example, men wanting to experience pregnancy, what it feels like. They will literally be able to feel what their partner is feeling. There will be no more separation. Because they know themselves as one, just in two different bodies. And in general, also collectively, as unity field is fully coming online, right now, you feel one another. You can feel when your words or your actions or non-actions are affecting one another. This is already happening. That's the clarity. That's the truth arising from within. It's not going to be shown on the screens, transmitted. And the tribunals have already happened at a higher dimensional level. This is all happening way different than anybody would think. We are already ascending. It's already done, beyond done. And again, this is ultimately a big family fallout, ultimately fragmentation within you between the masculine and feminine and your inner child, which has been traumatized and got stuck there, and we've been rehabilitating, healing, and unifying us all as one within the Holy Trinity. And that also brings online the Holy Grail, which is eternal life, which is the tri-wave, ultimately. And that's what the hierogamic unions and the new blueprints and templates are bringing about, also connected to the crystal spiral and the new butterfly patterns. I'll post tomorrow again a few slides on this, just a few though this time. Again, as a reminder for those also new to my channel, thanks for anyone new listening also to, my channel and subscribers and so forth, and helping me to, share my messages, which I do know are helping us. So also my activations, always, we're going to do one now in a few minutes. You always pick up what you're ready for, okay? And especially when we use light language, it goes beyond the linear mind. A lot of people, and me as well, listening to my own activations, I do drift off. You go into kind of a semi-trance state a lot of the time. I can't keep track of every word. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because you're just going into a very deep mode for healing and relaxation, okay, which is enables a deeper healing to take place. So your mind doesn't need to follow, and that's kind of what we're letting go of. So it helps you do that. Many people use it also, or not many, but I've heard some are using my activations or my videos also to help them fall asleep. So if you have some sleep problems, you can do that. Also, I can recommend choose any video, especially the ones on the live tab, because there are different ones on the live tab and the normal video or home tab. Just whatever, the last few on the live tab, check them out. That also includes some of the activations, also my SoundCloud. And again, they all help you really to heal, balance, harmonize, upgrade, and activate your field, multidimensional DNA, your light body, and so forth. But again, we all do this. And ultimately, the transmissions, again, are beyond the words, because there's so many out there, and I've come across them of activations or meditations, and they say one thing, but actually they are meaning a whole other thing, and something very different is transmitted. The same is with, certain transmissions, whether they're via video or written form, they actually carry implants and certain AI inserts and, overlays, and can cause attachments and kind of distortions within the field. So we've been transmitting and sharing a lot of that within the spiritual community. And we just need to become a little bit more aware and very much more discerning of what's really organic and what's actually keeping us, within the false, which would be, and in the artificial, which would be AI scripts, but it's also connected to what is consistent, victim-victimizer languaging, which is what is keeping me, within that kind of duality of the distorted polarity of the old, matrix of them versus us, good versus evil, all of this, and that comes in many forms. And it's very, very intricate throughout the layers and all the spiritual teachings out there, as I have experienced. And we have been fucked with a lot on all kinds of layers and levels, and we're remembering now. But it's wrapped in a whole lot of love, because again, we have been given our power away by putting other teachers, gurus, leaders, materials, information above our own knowing, our own inner wisdom, our own intuition. So we need to understand the false light we see out there is because we've, over many lifetimes have given our power away. Because we are here to be the leaders. We're not to be followers. We're here to be the lighthouses. We're here to be the visionaries. We're here to be the way showers. We're not here to control anyone. But it's about, by being that embodiment, activates it in others. That's how we make the shift happen and the change. And us then interacting with others and sharing our gifts and abilities and whatever comes up, our creative abilities. That also obviously helps to activate it in the field. That's you igniting your own divine blueprint. And again, new earth right here, right now. And that remembering with other people that we are here to, not have a magic pill or a chip implanted in our heads in order to feel better, but to ignite heaven on earth from within our own consciousness, which is everlasting and not a temporary, finite experience, which is fake anyway. So I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and in the end, this is all about us right now. Everybody needs to tune in. You're your own judge. All are called. Only few choose themselves. You have to choose yourself. You have to choose God's calling. You have to choose your inner calling, however you want to call this. Divine will. That's actually the 13th Stargate of your inner heart. It's fully you surrendering to the divine love, to divine will. And let it take over. No more ego standing in the way. It's been fully integrated and alchemized as your true, unique, authentic self. Fully remembering itself. And the mission. And your heroic potential, which is you remembering your mission and remembering what happened, bringing your own cosmic remembering online and not waiting for someone else to do anything, telling you what's going to happen, or waiting for them to tell you what's going to happen or not happening, what you should be doing or not doing. We're really just here to remind one another and share what works for us. I don't know everything, or ultimately much at all. The more we know, the more we don't know. The more we know, we don't know. You know me. You know what I mean? Knowing. But there's also deep knowing, because we're here to bring that God source consciousness online. So it's also about you hold very loosely onto your knowing, onto your wisdom. But the more you know, it's like you will never be able to know it all. But again, we're also here to stand, you know, to retrieve that wisdom and diagnosis, which is literally bringing everything online. So the cosmic dragons, what they are here, they're holding the divine blueprints. That's what's igniting New Earth. So those indigo 1 lines especially, and now the indigo 4 as I see it, which is the 72 strands triple helix DNA, which is bringing online or holding the new Divine Organic Creatrix Field, which is also connected to the 72 Stargates across the planet. And this is really the original tribes or the Magi Grey Queens and Kings from these different star races, ultimately holding the different rays, the 12 or the 13 rays of creation. And the 13 ray is the diamond white flame, which combines all the rays and which is healing all, and which has been correcting the rays, which has been correcting all the, you know, at the highest level, all the distortions within the template, which is the flame of purity and ascension, and the uprated white ray and flame, which is ultimately, again, all of the rays combined as one, and the threefold founder flame, as this ignites and opens up and becomes bigger in our heart centers. It's what's purifying everything. Okay, and it's a lot to do also with the plasma. So we have a lot of the aurora plasmas coming in, and that's helping us with the encryption, re-encryption of the meta worlds and the elementals, and also the platonic solids, which all of creation is built upon. So we're having going on in the background a whole shape shifting, and it's also happening within our own body. So we kind of haven't seen it yet. But again, the thing is, we have only been able to see about 1% of the actual light spectrum. And with the music of the spheres now fully returned, which again is what you are before you come into form, into physical form, is the sound and the light fields, the original ones, which have been cleared, healed, and upgraded, that's shifting also all of creation. So also through the auroras, which you can also see through these auroras, you know, coming in and that are visible to us through geomagnetic storms and solar activity. But this is also literally helping the planet and our bodies to re-encrypt the meta worlds, because we're all the elementals, you know, we're everything. We are the mountains, we are the trees, we are the birds, we are the bees, we are the everything, you know, even the AI, all right? And it's all shape-shifting, literally. And if you think about it, we're all just, you know, billions of atoms, more, probably trillions, constantly rebirthing themselves. And if you think of, you know, teleporting, dematerialization, all of these things, it's just, you know, your energy, frequency, and vibration. Nothing is solid here. That's just how we perceive it, because we're in such a density, also through this artificial magnetic field, which is fully being overwritten, dissolving, and going to go fully offline as the pole shift physically fully completes. Any moment now. Because this is already fully locked in, and I mean, science constantly talks about it now as well. And it's very, very strong, you know, hyper-awareness consciousness. And again, for me, it's with the full unification physically, so to say, one way or another, of the divine masculine, feminine, original twin flames, which is connected, interconnected with the pole shift, with these crystalline core activations and to the grids, which is bringing everything online, and it's all interconnected. And it's ultimately an energetic shift between masculine and feminine principles, and returning us back to the Christic architecture of the butterfly pattern, where we, before the Atlantic pole shift, did have the 4 poles. So it's all happening. It's already done. Keep remembering, okay? You playing small is not helping anyone. You not having a boundaries in check, enabling other people, is not helping anyone, okay? You rising and shining bright, that's what helps other people remember that they can do so too. Even if they're triggered in the meantime, as long as you don't take it personally, ultimately this all dissolves, which is happening right now. Because the unity field is fully online, the cosmic heart grid is fully online, the 13th Stargate within our heart is fully online, within the planet, within the core of the earth, which is our permanent seed atom, the spark in our heart, okay? It's fully online. And even if you go to expansion contractions, wherever you are, okay, don't worry, we're all arriving fully home as one. That's really what I can see. Nothing else makes really sense once you have unified with source in the unity field. All right? So shine like the whole universe is you, because you are. It's all inside of you, literally. Okay, and when you're happy, you're happy. And that's what you're adding to the world. If you're feeling angry or sad, that's what you're helping clear. If you can see everything as ultimately you alchemizing whatever comes up and using it for the highest good, you're dandy here. And you're no longer resisting negative feelings, you're no longer suppressing, we just keep alchemizing. And then we no longer project unacknowledged shadow aspects and monsters onto the wall. Okay? Good. We're good here. I can feel it. I can feel it. We're home. We're so home, beyond home. All right? So we'll be dancing around the campfire any freaking moment now in no time whatsoever. Because this is all quantum completing, quantum healing, because that's how we roll. And it's a divine healing dispensation from source. I hope you can feel it within your heart, fully opening, fully activating, fully uniting as one, from the cosmic heart grid, the unity field, fully connecting with our brothers and sisters through outer dimensional layers and levels, all of us, all as one. Okay, and it's ignited from within, so keep going there. Yeah. So sleep when you need to sleep. I had some days I couldn't sleep much at all. And then you do sleep, just keep going with the waves. You become the master. You are the master of the waves now. And you just keep going with it. You don't resist, fight, run away from, nothing anymore. You're just fully present with whatever arises. And you keep alchemizing and making the best out of everything, all down to our attitude. And that's how everything flows now. That's the flow state, ultimately. Yeah. So we're going to do a little activation now. Just give me 3 minutes. Just I need a little break. And take your headphones if you like. You don't need them. All right. Check with yourself. Do you want to take part in the activations? They can be quite powerful. Okay. The intention is always everybody picks up what, because because of my access, I have full Stargate access and I bring in a lot of frequency. But the intention is always for everybody to pick up what they individually need. And it's always like the team, your team is there. It's a co-creation. It's not as if I'm doing anything as such. So also everybody experiences every activation very differently. So sometimes you feel a lot, sometimes you might be afterwards fully expanded, maybe you go through deep clearing. I usually go through both at some point or another to varying degrees, but it all can be very different. And you will always, just pick up what is good for you, and also they unfold long after. Yeah, and you can listen to them as often as you like, or feel guided to. There's no right or wrong whatsoever. Again, trust your guidance if you want to or not. Okay, so, but give me 3 minutes. Thank you very much for your patience. One moment. Thanks so much for writing. How are we all doing? Okay. So hunger and no hunger can go. Nausea, we have a lot of upgrades here into the head, the heart. I mean, anything goes. Look after yourself, especially right now. Kind of get yourself ready, sort of energetically reserve your energy and really be very mindful how you're spending it, so to say, as in know the worth of your energy. Dizzy, especially as we go up in frequencies, so we are constantly going up in frequency bandwidth. Kitty is just now awakening, of course. You feel dizzy and nauseated, grounding. I mean, I love, as the weather is getting better now, spring is finally here in the Northern Hemisphere. Hands and especially feet on the ground is really good. And also, especially when we are exchanging codes now, after an activation, it's really nice to anchor those codes into the planet, into the grids, and really connect to the crystalline grids, connect to the crystalline kingdom. It's living within you, literally, the whole universe, but especially the crystalline kingdom is coming very much powerfully online. And that's also our crystalline self. So tune into that, tune into the elemental kingdom, again, which we also are, and the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, as we're all literally unifying as one. The magical kingdom, all the kingdom, 555. Very good. Now let's do this. So, hi, Green Tara, Adi. So, so just come to like state. Just take a couple of breaths and center yourself. Letting go of any thoughts and any worries, any stress, any tension in your body. Just letting it all go. And as we focus on our wide open heart center, the 13th Stargate, our sacred crystal heart and lotus flower, fully opening its 1,000 petals, fully blooming, wide open, breaking ever wide open to the pure, true divine love that we are and that all is, to the true remembering of our true essence, our true cosmic origins, our true gnosis and wisdom arising and igniting from within. Sushunatere, kenatera tutunateae. Heno, husonate ake ake ake. Keraye, kenatere karayena kerato. Sunuyenateae. Henutonate nasenae. Konte. Tenayena kerato kora shekerate eko enakera se ekora tekena tekena. Sushushu. Feel any density, any heaviness around your heart, any remaining walls, any wires, any harnesses, any implants, any inserts, any trauma, any wounds, any memories and of the suffering or the grief, the sadness and the pain you have suffered across any and all lifetimes, existences, realities, realms, universes. All of your multidimensional selves fully clearing now, fully lifting, fully evaporizing, like the dream that it was. Its memories fully clearing, dissolving from your cellular memory, from the one consciousness, one mind, heart, body, soul, cosmic monad, fully now. Skushkure. Kera akara te 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 ta. Una sena ina keate. Kenu sunate ane ane. Enu ye. Ena te rusuna ye. Ena ke ye ye. Ununa na ke rasuna ye na te. Rato. Te ane ake ye. E rasuna ke ate ye. Kena te. Feel your heart feeling lighter and lighter. Feeling any density, any shadows around your heart fully dissolving as it's lighting up in its beautiful diamond white, opalescent, iridescent plasma light, beautiful liquid light, fire water. Fully igniting, fully healing, fully activating, fully opening your sacred crystal heart and the spark within your heart, your permanent and cosmic Christ seed atom, and that within all willing heart minds across the cosmos, timelessly so. Shtu skure kera te 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 ra aina eu ora aina ke kara sunatera e kenae seyu kuraina kera te ate senu ina yane yane eyu ura eko kare era se karate te te kena tona tena 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 ina 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 kukura ina kera esuna te ekara 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 te 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 shoo shoo sa Feel your whole field, your whole consciousness becoming lighter and lighter. Fully lighting up crystalline self, crystalline structures, memories, your ancient future self, your already ascended diamond avatar self, fully remembering itself, fully igniting from within your sacred crystal heart, fully igniting the emerald heart, emerald crystal within your heart and throughout the networks, throughout the emerald and cosmic diamond grid, cosmic heart grid. Sku aina te eskara astara tekena keka ushku aika aisa ata akaraya. Te rukuna te ate. Te nataraya ke aya. Sukura eskara ekana ke ake ure. Hanaina ke rasunatara senatea shukuna te ate. Feel any defense mechanisms, any nervousness, insecurities, doubts, worries, any remaining fear imprints, memories fully dissolving within your field, within your consciousness, within your beingness, throughout all realms, realities, all layers, levels, and dimensional expressions of source. Fully now. Like the dream that it was. Fully letting go of any memories of the past, of all that was, of the false matrix realities, fully dissolving in our consciousness now within our one mind. Sushukuratea neaseate. Kukunate. The tribal shield, now our own unique divine blueprint, fully activating, fully healing our morphogenetic field, timelessly so, fully quantum merging, aligning, unifying, synchronizing with our already one true diamond avatar self. Now, ku aira ke esa, hushuna era ea, hena so 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 so. Sushunate, se ena ea ya, to une pa aira ke ae. Te se na te ra son na te ra ke a ke a ke. For remembering our one true self and one with source in all life everywhere. All illusions of separation fully dissolve. All walls, all borders, all division, all fragmentation fully healed, fully resolved. Cosmic monad fully unified as one. The 13 tribes fully unified as one. The 13 rays fully healed, unified as one. Activating our 13 strands of crystalline multidimensional DNA fully within our field, the planetary field, within the cosmic field. Now, sku ai shakata tataye muye no teru sunaye kera tekena teru sunaye na keate kekena te esukura eshina kekera koko koko ko osonate. Fully igniting our Kryst, Sapphira, Crystal Sapphira, androgynous Avian light body, our diamond sun body, on behalf of all within the planet, throughout the networks. Sku Aishuna take it aska 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 Aishuna. Fully activating our diamond rainbow plasma light body, Merkaba vehicle. Feel it fully igniting within your field. And with the next breath, you send this down to the crystalline core of the earth. Until you feel you have arrived within your diamond rainbow plasma light body. Otherwise, take another breath. Feel yourself connected and inside the crystalline core of the earth, the permanent cosmic Christ seed atom. From the core of the earth, connecting us throughout the dimensional layers and levels of earth, Tara, Gaia, Martina, to Ascension Earth. Fully unifying all as one. Fully activating the Merkaba and that of the planetary body. Fully sovereign, as well as unified as one. Fully activating the already ascended diamond avatar self, the one true self, within ourselves, within all, within the one consciousness, within the planetary body. Sku aiska ekara ekena suku kuku 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 shu. Su aitarate kenate rante. Activating the cosmic emerald tree of life. So ushonatera senatera sea kea tea 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 tea. Suna shonatea. Sonatea. Fully connecting, activating all of the grids, third dimensional diamond grid system, Stargate systems, Ark of the Covenant, gateway systems, sphere of Amenti, the morphogenetic blueprint, fully igniting with now memories, with the crystalline caverns throughout Earth. As we send a spark of light up throughout the stargates, all the way back to source. Connecting through a ball of light coming from our heart center, through our central column to the sun, central sun, great central sun, galactic center, heart of Andromeda, aurora host, neutron window. Fully opening the seven higher heavens, unifying all as one. Sku aira se e kutatare. Yena kera usu su 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 su. Sunate ena tarasakara shu ena. Fully connecting, merging, unifying with Ascension Earth, Aramatina. Sku aina se kera su kuku na te. Sunashinate. Activating the divine template of the 144 plus 3 S1. The atom composition of 13 protons, 12 electrons, 13 neutrons. Triple diamond sun body, 72 strands, triple helix DNA. The God diamond sun body. High seven blueprints. Ko aishkara ekena se kuku ka aina ta aisarate. Connecting up to the cosmic womb of the mother, merging matter and antimatter, activating the high seven blueprint for our Russia and dark matter body. Aisa tuku aina te e sararina kerata. Connecting up to the Godhead, heart and mind of God, pure God source consciousness. At one with all of creation, fully dissolving into the nothingness and everythingness that all is. Soe hero nitanane. Fully dissolving any lower codings, templates, blueprints, reversals, inversions within this field, any lower consciousness, frequencies, energies, fully now. Sta. Kuku ne anena setarai. Fully retrieving, activating, igniting our true divine blueprints plus upgrades, our original innocence and essence, fully now. Perfect proton seed, cosmic egg, cosmic quantum tree of life, diamond white Ankh body, Fully activating the highest divine blueprints for each and every willing heart, mind, soul, and body. Sukura enakeate, kena sakurata enake. Tataraya. Kuka aishkara enake, ka sayanake karatataya sarasata. To akara. So as it was spoken, so as it is done. It is done, it is done. And with the next breath, you breathe this frequency of the God worlds down, back through the Stargates, which is all as one. Divine Organic Creatrix Field, fully ignited now from within our hearts in the crystalline core of the earth. As you breathe this down, crystalline, diamond, golden, white, platinum light, all throughout our fields, around our bodies, into the crystalline core, down into deep space, and then out into our fields and the whole cosmos. Fully dissolving any remaining interference patterns, lower frequencies, energies, entities, shadow beings. Anything that's inorganic, artificial, false, any artificial overlays, implants, inserts, false memories, the false firmament of the artificial matrix fully dissolved, all phantom matrices, all false memories, timelines, realities, realms, systems, structures, architecture. Fully dissolving now within the one consciously, timelessly so. So it is done. Askara ekanakar auskarashke enatara sakarate eyu ska. Kehena aira asku numunana. He kara ekara isk. Shkai. Arasanate. Fully merging with our multidimensional selves, all of our soul pieces, soul fragments, soul aspects, fully retrieving all of our body parts, all of our quanta, keys and codes, divine masculine, divine feminine, divine child, fully unified within the Holy Trinity, fully igniting the Holy Grail within, the divine architecture of the Crystal Cathedral network that houses God Source consciousness within us, fully igniting heaven on earth from within our hearts, within our consciousness, within our fields, within our memories, within the planet, within our realities in the hologram now. Fully merging with our already ascended, eternal, diamond avatar self, our God soul self, our soul, oversoul, avatar, rishi, one pure true God source consciousness, fully unified as one, all of our aspects, unicorns, mer people, lion people, agathans, ancient ones, dream weavers, dream keepers, dream walkers. All of our galactic brothers and sisters, Andromedans, Sirians, Palladians, Venusians, Arcturians, Alpha Centaurians, Antarians, Orions, Martians, Anunnaki, Draconians, any races, all beings across the dimensions, across the worlds that want to stand in alignment with the law of one, as one with us, assisting this cosmic reunion and ascension in truth, in unity, and divine love and equality. Now, fully unified as one, cosmic monad, the true guardians, the true ascended masters of this realm, and all three worlds unified now as one, fully unifying all tribes, fully healing the tribal shield, the morphogenetic field of the planetary body and cosmically so, fully completing this cosmic reset of the one consciousness, the one heart, mind, body and soul, cosmic monad, fully now. Tukura ekara ekara asa atara tekera ke erata asuna tera se enaka. Tukura ena ke enakara enakera sku ushuna tea ke kenake. Aira hunatara enakera sku. Fully dissolving any remaining judgments, opinions, jealousy, divide, envy, feelings of superiority, inferiority, anything and everything that has kept us divided, anything and everything that has kept us in the illusion of separation fully dissolves now, all compartmentalization, all objectification, all attachments to the material world and form, fully dissolve within the unity field, within this field of pure, true, divine love. Now, along with all false perceptions and projections, fully healing the fragmentation of the one mind, the one consciousness, fully healing our hearts and our minds as one, our heart, mind, body and soul, our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies as one, fully unified and healed, fully activating the true divine blueprint of the new Christ as Saphira, fully now. Kukura esana tekena ke kukur aishka eshka eshana tukuna te aya. Na terena seyo kuraina ke rakaraina ke aye takaraina sukura sha ena ya una na yera sura kena yena karai kara o aina ya kurushura ena ya ikara ya na yera sura ena era una tera yana kekara yukunata turashena kena kekera yekanata aera ura ena kera suna ena ye ununa na ena na yana na sa na una na ena karara anuna ye kekara ena karara te shuna ena karaya na ye kara koto nyamayasu takera yene shina kara ikara ya uya ena kara ikara ta ko era sora ena kera ena ye so ora ya kikena te ya na ena ikara ya to ena se na ye na ye ta ye tayuna na kikara ikana ya tasuna ya na shera ya o aina aira ura ena kera sera to aina na kikara ikara ya kuna na sena ya nishuna ye na ye na yu na ye na ya na kikara ikara ya osuna na ina na senu ya na ye na yu na ye
nahe, nase, nahe na kitula nitarana, tase na ya ye na kiata, noe, nara, hare, Sko eshkuna ke rasa aena kara so sho o naena ke aya te karaena ke rasko aitara e sanateya nate naena ai shukurata ya te sekenate. Fully unified, fully healed, fully anchored, fully activated. It's our multidimensional self, activating our unique gifts and abilities, amplifying, igniting, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, full remembering, crystal clear vision, 360 degrees, full multidimensional access within the quantum field, teleportation, bilocation, levitation, multiplication, manifestation, healing, telekinesis, dematerialization, all of our psychic gifts and abilities, extrasensory gifts and abilities, full vision of our new earth realities, fully igniting the Christ oil within the full currents of the Kirasha, fully igniting the rainbow currents running through our fields, the tri-wave through our fields, throughout the grids, for the Crystalline Core, for the Q sites, Stargates, Arc sites, Trinity gates, Organic Ascension gateways, Organic vortices, power points, ancient sites, ancient solar temples, pyramids, crystal pyramids, waters, aquifers, crystals, crystal beds, crystal cathedral network, igniting and activating the crystalline cities, the golden cities, the crystalline networks, technologies, the zero-point field technologies, fully igniting new earth and a new organic ascension, creatrix field, the one true reality, our ancient future memories and ancient future self already descended, fully igniting now. Skurai kara es na tekereske es kukukukukukukukukukukainai. Our cosmic history records fully remembered, fully igniting within our memories, within our cellular structures, within the crystalline networks, pylon network, the new 13-dimensional diamond grid, fully igniting all the stargates, fully igniting our crystal body and crystal gene, our Christ Saphira, diamond sun and rainbow plasma light body and Christ Merkaba vehicle, fully igniting all of our superpowers. Sku aina ke tara kara usku nantara ye ke natera tera nai ke kuk. Fully igniting our multidimensional DNA, see igniting within your body, within your cells. fully purifying, clearing, healing, upgrading, activating every cell, every atom, every atomic and subatomic particle and wave and all the spaces in between, right down to the mitochondria, our whole morphogenetic field. Sku ushkara ekana kira iskara askara 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 ekana ke. Fully activating the neuroplasticity of the new planetary brain, activating the new neural pathways to the highest level, to the highest degree, fully now, fully awakening the one consciousness, the planetary brain, planetary heart, cosmic heart, the cosmic brain. Uskura Ishana Tekena unified as one. Kukukukukukukura Aisa Asha Asha Asha. Unifying, merging, balancing, harmonizing as one. Right and left brain hemispheres, pineal and pituitary glands, heart and mind, masculine and feminine, higher and lower self, heaven and earth, meta and antimatter. Within the still point of the 0 point field of divine love and neutrality in no time whatsoever. Fully collapsing the quantum standing wave function of the artificial matrix realities, all thought forms and beliefs and memories connected fully now within the one mind and consciousness. With the power of God that we are, God sovereign and free, we are declaring this now on behalf of all willing heart minds, cosmically so, for so it is done. Ka aikana ke kera sa ashuna tera sa natara yena kera te kena kusuna tera. Fully dissolving any discordant thought forms, belief systems, energies, frequencies and vibrations in our field, fully now. Any doubts, any insecurities, various fears, fully dissolved, fully let go of, return to source with absolute ease and grace. For so it is done. Skushkana ekana ke shko asa ai kena kira e ai nakara atara ekana kena teate. As we fully remember who we truly are, the cosmic dragons, cosmic magic grail queens and kings fully arising in their true power, in their true remembering, fully now. Sku aina tera sekena kera, sku aina ina era, haera na 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 sa asha aina kera e anase enaku unate enaka aina anase kenakea kunasa aina sa ashuna tea ke. Fully igniting the diamond white Ankh body within our field, within a planetary field, and cosmically so. Sku aina shekena te esuna te ekana ta aina ka. Kera aiska ukuna te esana eaya. Una ta aina. Tukuna esku aira ke esada. Igniting the third dimensional new earth diamond grid system fully now. Sku aishuna te kera se ena tara atana ta asuna te eshu kura te ekana te ate. Michael and Mary lines, the St. Michael line, the Gruel points, Sundust network, interdimensional Stargate system, fully igniting, fully opening, fully merging, uniting, unifying, synchronizing all dimensional realms, universes. Sku aitana, esana, tekera, ekana, koko ure, ta aina seke, atarana, kara esuna tera satara. Fully igniting the white swan grid, white dove grid, fully igniting the Stargate system, Crystalline core of the earth, the spark within our hearts, arc of the covenant passageways, fully opening the Ascension Earth portal, unifying all as one, fully dissolving all remaining false phantom matrices and realities, fully now. Ko aisarate ekarate esunatera sukura sha aina karata ta 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 ta. See diamond white pillars fully activating, anchoring across the grids, across the planets, fully unifying, connecting us throughout the dimensional layers and levels and stargates, through the God worlds, through the Godhead, fully merging, unifying all as one, fully dissolving all membranes, all seals, fully unifying all dimensional layers and levels and realms and universes, all as one. Kora es kara esana tera ke esu shu 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 aina kera ekena es. Ne para a ukara e elamu varaye aya. Ara akana kasarayana tatayana sistayana sarakena ke nakara ukuna tera se elisha kana tera shu 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 shu. See the crystalline grids and structures and networks, gateways, new earth grid system, new earth realities fully igniting from within you, your memory and your DNA, and a quantum codes fully igniting now, the organic divine creatrix field, timelessly so. Kura ekena esa aishana tekena tena sakarata akana kekena ekarazu susu ata hanayena kerate. Fully awakening to the one true reality that there ever was. At one with source and all of life everywhere. Fully awakening from the illusions and the dream of forgetfulness. Now. Kuta tenase, tenateayi, tenatara atanata. Heaven on earth, right here, right now. Fully remembered, fully igniting, fully activated, fully arising. Now, kura esa shukura senate shu sudatena kenate taraya atsanate tekenate kana usunate. Everything else fully dissolves in this field now of pure true divine love, filling your hearts and minds, fully unified as one, filling every cell, every atom, every molecule of your beingness. Your whole morphogenetic field, fully healed, fully unified as one. Your multidimensional selves, fully activated, fully activating, merging with your already ascended, diamond avatar self, the one true self there ever was. Kura eisana, ekara, akara, akara, askus, kukuk, ushku, ushku, ushku. Numanana ya, seru, kaena, ukura. Oth aiska aishuna. Fully dissolving any remaining density within our fields, any miasms, any lower codings, any heaviness, fully return to source, effortlessly so. Feel your whole field, fully bright, fully lit, becoming lighter and lighter, brighter and brighter, fully filled with pure true divine love. Healing all your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual body, fully unified as one, with absolute ease and grace, timelessly so. See yourself fully healed, fully ascended, fully activated. Christ as Saphira, Diamond Rainbow Plasma Light Body, and Merkaba vehicle, fully lit, fully remembered, fully awakened. Now, kuda iskara ena kira kukukukukura shukura ena tera ikana tera. Sta anata akara. Tarateate. It's done, it's done, it's done. So it is. Fully coming back to the here and now, fully to your body, calling back all of your pieces, your plasma light body, all of your multidimensional selves, fully unified, fully anchored, fully present in the here and now, fully activated as your diamond avatar self, your true remembering, all of your gifts and abilities and powers fully retrieved, fully remembered, fully reclaimed, fully activated, fully igniting now our plasma wings, cosmic history records, heaven and earth fully now, through our hearts, through our fields, projecting all new realities, all new prophecies and scripts onto the holographic screens of our realities now. Ka'aina, kara asarata, kenakeake, kenake. Fully unified within, fully present, safe within our body, the anchors of the new unity field and cosmic God Source consciousness, the new guardians of new earth and all new realms and free worlds now. Kura ekana, kara asanate. Fully quantum completing and igniting, remembering our missions, purposes, gifts and abilities, and one true self now. It's done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So aina, kena esanate. Kena. Now, take a moment to come fully back into your body, fully into here and now, fully anchored. I take a moment. I'm feeling very dizzy and unfocused now. I've recorded the last bit, but anyway, that's part of the recording. So take a moment to fully come back into your body. If you want to listen to that again later on, if you didn't catch it all, I'll also later on leave a MP3 link again below. It's over 40 minutes long. Again, make sure then you have enough space wherever you're downloading it to. I also leave it on my SoundCloud. You can access it there as well. Allow it to integrate. Drink water. There's a lot going on anyway. Okay, so you know what to do. Listen to your body. Again, if you go through clearings, that's just what it is. But we have cleared basically all that crap. So let's intend for this to be like a one good hell of a upwards right now. Okay, because I know I've transmuted a lot of crap for freaking ever, and I'm due bliss for the rest of eternity, basically, pretty much. You get me, with a little bit of balance thrown in, but again, it's the positive polarity now, so to say, that we are going to experience now. That's also the flipping of the poles as I see it, okay? And from negative to positive. This is a powerful activation, people. I'm telling you, okay, I'm not kidding around. These are the cosmic activations that are making us ascend. All right, and it's happening through me. Not even doing anything here as such. We're all doing it as one. So I couldn't do it without you. And thank you so much, everybody who's been holding on all this time, who's supporting me in any kind of way, shape, and form. Thank you so much for your love, for hanging on in there, for keeping on believing, and just being here now. That's all we need to do now, okay? And you're amazing. We're now at this point, okay? It's like, you're amazing. I know I'm amazing. Let's do something amazing together, okay? Because we've transcended and dissolved all this crap that has kept us from being able to do that, because there was just too much discord in the field throughout all the reversals and everything that we've been clearing. But again, there's this highest perspective that this has been purely for an expansion of consciousness, so we can now have created this divine creatrix field where we all equal and all one, and no more division, no more hierarchy, no more or less anything, okay? And we're happy out. Yeah, so the hot and the cold. Hot is burning usually your lower coding often. It's also the plasmas. Then the cold often, oh my God, the other night I was cold all night long. I mean, I already have water bottles, hot water bottles, like literally all year long. I'm like, I need warm, really. I don't like cold. Anyway, so, but I was so cold all night. I mean, in general, insulation isn't the greatest, but yeah, it is also the plasma. So they can make you feel hot and cold. And in general, sleeping problems I have experienced, anything, sometimes you can't sleep, sometimes you need to sleep a lot. Just follow your inner guidance, ultimately. Earthing grounding is great if you can anchor these codes on some grass at some point, whenever you get to do that. But the more we can be conscious of what we do is the same as when we walk outside, for example, and we can really see we're activating the grids, we can sing, we can hum, we can tone your own light language, and anyone can do this ultimately, okay? I got activated by other people doing light language. That's what also helps you do it. Now, there's no right or wrong. It's really you using your own sound technology. So, I'm not a great singer as such. I'm sure I could learn some, better techniques. And, sometimes, it goes through different activations. So it shifts and changes as well. But I know it's ultimately my soul signature that's being transmitted. It's beyond does it sound nice and beautiful? So you need to go beyond, in general, anything you create of like kind of the new old 3D type compartmentalization and judgment of, will somebody like it? You just let it flow through you without needing anyone to love or like it, so to say. That's you anchoring your codes. The more you can anchor your codes and share them, the more will come online with anything that comes through you. And there's so many downloads coming in right now, okay? Try and anchor them, share them with others. The more comes in, and that's the more we are activating the DNA, the more we are activating the blueprint of New Earth. That's why I keep going on about this. So share your gifts, okay? Of course, I and others appreciate sharing our posts as well, but I want you to see sharing your, it's not about posts, you know what I mean? It's like we can share this with our neighbor, we can share this with our children, we can share this like just with ourselves. Record yourself singing light language, humming, do it when you're out, activating the grids, activating sacred sites, wherever you're being pulled to. Everything is this, whatever comes in. Just be conscious of the effect you have, because it's you believing, us believing in ourselves and the power we hold through the keys and codes we carry, which is literally New Earth encoded inside of us. We can't get this wrong as long as we listen within. And it's like, we can't get this wrong literally as one, but you get me. Like there are harder pathways, okay, when we resist or don't listen to our own inner guidance. And then there are easier ones. Well, not that easy because they're still full of tests and initiations. So again, you can't get this wrong. But I find the more you can listen to your heart and your, inner guidance, the more you can laugh at this shit. Because yes, we need to take it seriously and we need to own our shit and look at it. But then once we have done, because it's beyond blame and it's beyond shame and beyond guilt and someone being wrong and the other right and dare to blame. You know what I mean? It's beyond victimizer consciousness. It's just about, are we getting what works? Do we get what's not working? Can we do it differently now? That's all I'm interested in, and that's where we're at now. So it's done because it is. Because we're done with all the old ways of doing things, all the old cycles, because we have shifted from deep within. And once you've corrected all of this crap in your field, in your consciousness, none of these old stories will keep repeating in your field, because your field will literally repel it, any kind of these experiences. That's why the invaders disappear and no longer can come in, any attacks, and so forth. When you're fully at home, fully anchored in yourself, where you're holding your own container, your own divine masculine, holding containers safely, where you can clear, anyone can do anything, say anything, and where you're just like, ultimately you're not like going to devalue yourself, question yourself, or gaslight yourself, or feel any less, have any less love for yourself, no matter what goes on around you. It's like, that's the Trinity wave, okay? It's you like, you can go through mayhem and craziness, but you kind of dissolve with a neutrality field. Because we need to transcend all of this It's really important, but that's what's happening right now. All this spiritual and religious belief is more or less the same. It's that this is right, this is wrong, you need to do this, you need to do that. When you like eat meat, you can't ascend. All of this stuff. Okay, alcohol is evil, the same as sugar is the new heroin. Okay, this is about balance. Ultimately, this is all mana. We need to really look at where we're having heavy judgments, especially within the spiritual community, because all of this has been hijacked and used against us. Okay, and who makes the rules anyway? Who has come up with all of this? People. How do you know this is true? You know, as for consuming anything, what I've been shown is at the highest level, source level, you're always consuming yourself. And we could go into debates around this, and there are many different nuances, okay? And I do actually believe we'll get to the reality where, yeah, you don't need to kill anyone if you want to, you know, it will be literally like replicated meat, let's say, for example, if you would want to enjoy that kind of taste, but it's not actual meat. Or maybe an animal wants to offer itself, wants to be something else after. You know, it's like what I look at death as well. It's like, you know, like with the groundhog dying, the symbolic Canadian groundhog dying, and died before Groundhog Day that I shared. It's like, well, he's done being a groundhog now. You know, he's on to other things. What I don't want to see is suffering. And that's why I do what I do, you know, breaking for all this programming, which has us constantly being re-traumatized by the MK Ultra programming out there. We need to see it for what it is. We need to see through the false light. We need to see through the AI. That's us. It's you basically seeing through the illusions, and that's what dissolves it. Yeah, and it's a true frequency that actually, once you're on your true self, you can see through all the bullshit. So you don't need to try and figure it out. You just feel it, and then you see it. You know what I mean? The more you don't like think that somebody else is more figured out than you, the more you're tuned into your true self and inner guidance, and the more you can then see for, you know, who's maybe a good person to listen to or something, you know, that's good for your frequency and consciousness and whatever. Because we're all here to inspire one another. You know, we're all here to exchange these keys and codes. Nobody has it all figured out. We're all having these puzzle pieces that we're all bringing together as one. And it's happening ultimately in the quantum field because we are transcending time, space, and gravity through transcending these 3D concepts. And again, if we go into quantum physics, it gets rid of all of that stuff. So, you know, this is not what I'm talking about based in madness. It really isn't. And you can try again to make this as difficult or complicated as you want to, but believe me, that's a thought construct as well. So what do you choose to believe in? That it is complicated and takes 20, 30, 500, 900 years? Or it's right here, right now? And again, yes, this is also taking linear time, but I know and I can see. And again, it's very much quantum. As we fully transcend time, space, and gravity within our consciousness, which is done now, we're done here. And the false illusion dissolves because this false matrix is being fully lit and dissolved and pulverized by us cosmic dragons, our dragon aspects right now, and many interdimensional helpers. We had in our activation today, and in general, so a lot of help. So keep calling in all of your multidimensional selves, which is what these guides and all these, you know, aspects and galactics, everybody wants to get to know is really about. It's you know, aspects of us, of our monad, of our bigger soul family. So activating from the inside out, that's what's happening as we activate in our multidimensional DNA. That's why we like doing activations, okay? So this should have helped you. Let it activate, let it integrate, drink plenty of water. You can go through expansion, contractions. That's generally happening now, okay? Again, all the solar energies in general. Just try and connect to Earth. I would definitely try and do better with that, as well as getting now better as well, because that definitely helps us ignite this even more. So thank you so much for all of your love, all of your support in all ways. Keep the vision big, dream big. Who is the one dreaming anyway? It's so freaking done. It's beyond done. You keep merging with it. It's always now. There's only now. Doesn't happen in the future. It happens now. There's only now. If you keep being in the future, the next, I don't know what moon or constellation, it will always be in the future. There's only now. That's why I keep going on about it. And I will go on about it until it is.
done, which it is now, because it's already happened. So as you take language out of it, which is separating in time, we're there now, which we are. Time is nothing else but data, information, belief systems, thought forms. Fully collapsed now as you merge with the Buddhic mind, and the whole linear language dissolves along with the memories and all of the artificial overlays and everything we have been busy dissolving within and without. But it's all ignited and projected from within into our realities, not the other way around, unless we allow our outside to program us instead of us informing the realities what we want to see, which is where we get into now, because we have to realize our co-creator self at one with divine will, okay, in order to make this happen and ignite this. We have to believe in ourselves. If not us, who then, quite frankly, okay? So let's finish what we came here for. 0055, okay? 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. It is done. So it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Everyone agrees. Everything does. I can hear the cosmic choirs. Okay. I can hear the bells ringing. Can you see the white doves flying? Okay. Rainbow rounds everywhere. See the skies opening wide. Keep using your superpower of imagination. Okay. We came here to make the magic happen. You're the magician, you're the alchemist, you're the activator, okay, of all new worlds and new earth right now, right here. Heaven on earth, the consciousness, the state of consciousness igniting right now. So it is done. It is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support, your love, and I see you around the campfire. Now, love you. Bye, bye, bye. See ya. Bye. Bye. Love you.